There's a lot of panic spreading in the handheld community right now. People are seeing images of previous menus sticking to their screens on the new Thor and Odin 3. They're calling it burn-in. They're calling it cheap panels, and some of you are even boxing up your units right now to return them. But stop. Don't tape up the box quite yet, because what if I told you this likely isn't a screen problem at all? It's not a hardware issue. It's a dumb software bug, and I can prove it to you in literally 5 seconds. So let's hop in. It's pretty hard to show on film, but we've seen the reports. Reviewers and users are flagging these artifacts, and I totally get it, guys. When you pay flagship prices, you expect a flagship display. Usually image retention is physical. The pixels themselves get tired and stuck. That is a hardware defect, and it takes time to fade away. But there's another suspect at play here. It's called frame retention. I want to give a huge shout out to the community member Sayana in the Discord that brought this to my attention. They were the first to point out that this is likely a bug with the hardware overlay recycling. Basically, the device isn't clearing the previous frame's data from the GPU buffer before rendering the new layer. It's a software glitch, not a screen failure. So how do you distinguish a broken screen from a software bug? You have to run the buffer flush test. While this is a little harder to show on film, at least with my camera without a macro lens, I can see some of the image being retained right about here. First, you trigger the bug in your settings menu, so you see that faint outline. With mine, I have all my icons like this. Then when I drag down the top status bar, you can see those little circles. If this were physical burn-in, those crystals would take seconds or minutes to relax. Now to clear this, you can immediately launch Chrome or a heavy 3D game like Subnautica. Again, I'm trying my best to show these, but they're pretty hard to capture on film. Now watch closely. The ghosting is gone, basically instantly. Not fading, it's completely vanished. Because it disappeared the millisecond the software context changed, we know the screen is fine. The software just essentially forgot to clear the chalkboard. So I want to know, why is this happening in general? It comes down to a system called Surface Flinger that stacks all your windows together. On the Thor and the Odin 3, the software is kind of being lazy in the Android UI. It accidentally keeps the ghost of the previous frame in the memory buffer. However, when you launch a game, the engine takes over and forces a constant, aggressive refresh of that pipeline. The game essentially forces the system to stop being lazy, which is why your gameplay is totally unaffected. Once I confirmed this was just the software, I passed these findings along with saying these notes directly to Nicole at AYN. And the good news is, they responded immediately, and they've confirmed that knowing it's a software issue helps them out massively. They now know exactly where to look and how to fix it, and they're working on that fix. This likely just requires an OTA update to patch the plumbing of the hardware composer. So here's the bottom line. Is it annoying? Yes. It looks unpolished, but AYN is working on it. If you love the performance, the feel, and the controls of your device, don't return it because of this specific issue. It's not permanent damage to your screen, and it will not ruin your games. It's just a software ghost. Try the game test yourself. If the ghost vanishes, you're definitely safe. Let me know in the comments if this eased your mind a little bit. Again, big thanks to Sayana for bringing this to my attention. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.